If you're a Maryland electrician, you might be asking yourself, what does general liability insurance actually cover? And can somebody please explain this to me? I'm Daryl Henry. I work with Maryland electricians all over the state, and this video is going to break down for you what does general liability insurance actually cover. So to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a story, and then I'm going to go through the different components of an insurance policy and explain how it would have defended you or how it would react. So there was a fire in Wisconsin. A family business showed up one day and saw that their building had burned down and there was more than $700,000 worth of damage. And what they found was that the electrician had not installed the wiring correctly, and it was the result of the fire. So, with that as our story, let's dig into an insurance policy. General liability insurance pays for bodily injury, somebody getting hurt. It's going to pay for property damage that's caused by you and your work. It's going to cover product and completed operations liability. So that is damage to other people as a result of your work. And then it's going to pay for attorneys. So in this scenario of the family business burns down, thankfully there was nobody in the building. So they don't have to pay for burn wounds or anything like that. But they do have a building that they have to pay for, and that business is going to be not functional for a period of time. So that company is going to say, hey, I need money for the building, I need money for my loss of net income, and maybe some reputational damage, because they're going to have a hard time getting back up and going. And they're going to say it's as a result of your work as an electrician that I have these problems. And so for you as an electrician, what you're going to need is you're going to need to do forensic work. You're going to need attorneys to build your case and defend you. And then you're going to need someone to pay that claim. And that's what insurance does. Insurance is going to say, hey, we know the right attorney. We'll go hire them. Don't worry about it. They're also going to say, we're going to negotiate for you. We're going to try and get the best deal on the settlement, and then we're going to pay for that. And that is what the insurance policy should do for you in that situation. Now, how much the insurance company is going to pay for all these damages is going to be a reflection of how much insurance you bought. So there are some nuances here you need to pay attention to. One would be, is coverage for attorneys included in your general liability limit, or is it outside? This sounds technical, but here's the key issue here. If defense costs are inside the limit, that means once you hire the attorney, that meter's running, and that $1 million policy that you bought, it's getting smaller and smaller the more you talk to those attorneys. But if the defense costs are outside the limit, that means theoretically the insurance company could pay for attorneys for forever. Now, they don't do that because they don't want to go bankrupt, but that's in theory what the policy says. And what you need to know is that insurance companies pay more for attorneys than they do for settlements, which means you need to think about that in terms of what you're buying. If defense costs are taking away from your $1 million, that could be a real problem for you in the long run. And then how much are they going to pay for the settlement? That's a reflection of how much insurance did you buy. So it was $700,000 of damages that was caused to the family business. That's probably going to be taken care of in a $1 million general liability policy. But let's say it was a $3 million building, or even larger than that. Or let's say that it was a factory and it caused the factory to be shut down for 6 months. How much net income would be lost in that situation? So your general liability policy is going to be limited by your general liability per occurrence limit. And if you buy an umbrella to increase that, that's how much is going to be paid out in this situation. All right, I hope that helps explain in the context of a story, what does general liability insurance pay for? If you want to learn more about what general liability insurance does not cover, there's going to be separate videos for that. If you've got questions about your program, my contact information is in the description. You can reach out to me there. I'm happy to talk to you about your program. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit like and subscribe to help other people find the content. And please, go build something great.